Hey everybody, my name is Stephanie and I'm from Northeast Ohio. I've been with Usborne for 4 months and I'm just going into my fifth month and hopefully promoting to team leader on April 1st. Yay, very excited. I wanted to share some tips for you of what has been successful for me. I joined at the very end of November and had a great December with Christmas season coming up, and then January hit. Not so great. I didn't have many parties lined up and I wasn't really sure where my business was going to go. So because of that, I decided to look outside the box and kind of see what else Usborne could do. I went ahead and signed up and took my EC quiz. I signed up for the kit, passed, and then I went ahead and started contacting my listed schools. The very first meeting that I had, it ended up with getting a direct order from that school, a $500 direct order, so that was exciting for me. And then once the books came in, they actually have decided that they want to set up a book fair with me in the fall. So that was very encouraging. And then another thing that I did in February that was new, I went to a preschool and I just kind of dropped off some information and they ended up signing up to do a book fair and that sold $900. So very exciting. And then that book fair, the director at that preschool decided that she wants to do a book fair with me every year. All new things that I wouldn't have done if I wouldn't have hit a slump in my Facebook parties. So that's my tip number one. Diversify. If you are in a slump or just kind of stuck and not sure where to go with your Facebook or home parties, look outside for different things to do. Maybe look at becoming an EC. It's only $25. You just take a quiz and you get a kit and then you can work with schools and libraries. Look at working with some preschools or daycares in your area. Those books, our books anyway, sell really, really well at preschools and daycares. Another thing would be to look at craft shows or vendor events. I actually did my first two this past weekend, and they were pretty good. The one wasn't advertised very well, but I still managed to sell 250, and somebody took my business card and called me up to do a vendor event at their facility. So that was exciting. I didn't even have to do any work. I was just there, and they took my business card. Another thing would be look at doing cards for the cause. I just did that for the first time for my ice skating club, because I'm also an ice skating coach. And only a couple kids participated because they were the only ones that had fundraising fees left to raise. And they still sold 17 boxes, and right there I had $510 in sales credit. So that was quite nice. Let's see here. So, like I said, in January I was kind of in a slump. But February, I took off with doing all those different things, and I actually ended up being 26th in sales for the whole country. That was very exciting, and I actually got a letter from Randall saying, good job. And so that's pretty neat to get a letter from your CEO, especially when the month before you were struggling to sell $1,000. So that's my big tip, is just to diversify. Look outside your box, see what else you can do. Another thing was go to a regional training or go to convention if you can. I did go to regional training and I got some great tips from there. The best one that I took from that training, and I don't remember who presented it, but she shared her option of upgrade. So what she did was at the end of a party, she would offer her on-time prize winner $20 in free books versus the free mini book. And I've started doing that, and I would say about 80% it's been successful to offer the on-time winners the on-time winners a $20 in free books versus that mini book, and then they book a party. So very helpful. Loved that upgrade tip, and thank you for whoever shared that in the Cincinnati training. One of my other tips would be call your hostesses. I was just Facebook messaging, but I didn't feel like my point was coming across, so I started calling, and I just told them it would take a quick 5 minutes. And that's been helping and getting the hostesses on board and actually doing the personal invites and kind of listening to my instructions versus maybe just reading them and not following through with the Facebook Messenger. My last tip is recruits. So in February, beginning of February, I had no recruits. And I was a little discouraged. Everybody was posting in Riptide how they had all these new recruits, and I just couldn't seem to find anybody. So I made it a point to start being a little bit more open and sharing the business with friends and family and just trying to really be honest during Facebook parties and not overwhelm people with the information. I like to share what I do, but I tend to over-explain. So I tell them all the things they can do, and I think it was a little bit overwhelming. So I tried to tone it back and was just very honest and kept it simple. And through that, I ended up with 4 recruits in February and then 1 the first day into March. And then I just had another one join my team in mid-March. So I went from 0 to 6 in about a month. So it can happen. You just need to meet the right people at the right time. So those are some of my tips, and I just wanted to share those with you, and I hope you have a great day.